Hello, YouTube. It's time for our Monday reveals of the previous week, and we got 10 cards revealed last week. That's a lot. From Merlin up here. We got a lot of cards to talk about. There's a lot of interesting mechanics at play here. A lot of potential deck strategies at work here. Let me know out of these cards which one's your favorite in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let's start with Madame Mim. Madame Mim is a 7-cost, 5/7, quests for 4, inkable, has evasive, and has an ability that says when you play this character, banish her or return another 2 chosen characters to your hand. This card's insane. This card is really good. There are some people on the internet who would call this card Win More. Yeah, it lets you win more because you have to play this card and then you win more. Whenever you play this card, your chances of winning increase. Not because the rest of the cards are really good, but because this card is really good. I have a video coming out tomorrow, so I'm not going to spoil the sauce, but this card is incredible. Not like beast level incredible, but this definitely power creeps. And this card is definitely going to be a problem. You can return things with end of the battlefield triggers, damage things with, on play abilities, whatever. You quest with something you don't want to die, you can return it to your hand when you play this card. And its stats are just incredible for what it is. And it's going to Ruby Amethyst, or just this whole Merlin strategy going around right now. The card's insane. I'm not going to spoil my sauce for tomorrow's video, but this card is nuts. Insane. Okay, Prince John, the greediest of all. This is a rare, by the way. A 3-cost uninkable 1/2 that quests for 2. It has ward and it has an ability that says every time your opponent discards at least 1 card, you can draw that many cards. This card is also broken. Okay? Can you imagine a turn just real quick where you play this card turn 3. Turn 4 happens, you sing Sudden Chill, they discard a card, so you draw a card, you ink for your 4th turn, and then you play You've Forgotten Me. They discard 2 cards, and you draw 2 cards. Pretty broken. You see, discard decks inherently are fair, because you're losing cards to make them lose cards. Like Sudden Chill is a 1-for-1. You're playing the card, it's going to the discard pile. A card from their hand is going to the discard pile. Pretty strong, pretty even. You've Forgotten Me is a little stronger, right? You take your 1 card, You've Forgotten Me, you put it in the graveyard, and then they take 2 cards in their hand and put them in the graveyard. But it's 4 costs, a little longer to play, and whatever, okay, sure. This gives you a payoff for a strategy that should not have a payoff, in my opinion. This is going to be really toxic. Games will be decided if someone can open Prince John and a flurry of discard cards. That's dumb. And it's unfair as well. This card will be a problem. I can promise you, this card will be meta. You will see it everywhere, and it's a problem. Alright, Arthur, the Wizard's Apprentice. It's a 3-cost uninkable 1/3 that quests for 1. Whenever this character quests, you may return another chosen character to your hand to gain 2 lore. This card is very good. Period. I don't have any other words for it. Obviously, it's intended for the Merlin strategy, but obviously you can use it to return things that end of the battlefield triggers, or damage things, or whatever. And if you can, craft a strategy that just, makes it so this card is readied when you play it, that's pretty, after you quest it, that's pretty good. For example, maybe you have a 7 lore turn, right? So you have some character on board, you use Arthur to quest for 1, return something, quest for 3, then maybe you play, I don't know, Madame Mim for 3, return the Arthur to your hand, play the Arthur back, it's no longer exerted, and then this has rush and kill something. The strategy doesn't seem groundbreaking on its own, but there's other applications besides that, where returning things to your hand is really good, and the lore payoff is really good. This card will see play, absolutely. Grand Duke. Your princess, prince, queen, and king characters get +1 attack. It's a 2-cost inkable 2/2 for 1. It's a lord for princess, princes, queens, and kings. That's what this card is. You'll see it in your thematic decks for these characters. Besides that, you won't see it. Don't forget that lords in like Magic the Gathering are really powerful because the game focuses around dealing damage to your opponent or whatever. This game, it's less important. Yes, maybe that extra power will be the magic number and killing something. Absolutely not denying that. It's still good. But they're definitely not as powerful here as they are in Magic the Gathering. Still, it'll see play in those select strategies, and that's all for that. We got Prince Charming, a vanilla 4 inkable 3/3 that quests for 3. It's another Hans. Hans is good. No reason why this won't be good. It'll be playable for sure. We got Merlin the Goat. Sounds funny to say out loud. We got a 4-cost inkable 4/3 that quests for 1. When you play this character, least play, you gain a lore. This card will definitely be a staple in your Merlin decks. I don't think it's quite good enough to see play anywhere else because it's really slow and its stats are not great for a 4-drop. But when it comes to recurring, bouncing it back with things like Arthur or Madame Mim in your Merlin strategy decks, it's a payoff. It's a good payoff because getting lore is good. Yeah, God, I don't think people see this shit. You play Arthur. Next turn, turn 3. Turn 4, you play Merlin. You play this character, you gain a lore. You quest with Arthur, gain a lore. Then you return a character to your hand and gain 2 lore. You return this to your hand, gain another lore. Hello? You know, that's pretty aggro. That is aggro. That is aggro. And again, if you can set it up with a way like this isn't unsuspect, like this readies, that's really good. So anyway, this card gives dividends. If you have a good setup going for it, otherwise it doesn't. That's fine. It's still good. We got Lady Tremaine, Arrogant Matriarch, a 2-cost uninkable 2/2. Quest turn 1, when you play this character, opponents with more lore lose a lore. The card's not good. It's not good. Unless we get some kind of, like, Floodborn, Lady Tremaine. No. Not unplayable. Next, we got Merlin the Crab. Merlin with Crabs. We got a 3-cost inkable 3/3 quest for 1. When you play this character when it leaves play, chosen character against Challenger 3 this turn. Not that good. Not that necessary. Maybe it sees play in your Merlin decks. I don't see it seeing play anywhere else, in my opinion. Not that good. We have another Madame Mim. A 2-cost inkable 3/3 for 1. When you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character to your hand. This card is very good in your Merlin payoffs because it's cheap. It's your cheapest Madame Mim. It's not a 4-cost or a 3-cost. It's a 2-cost. That's very good. This will see play as a 4 of, especially because it's inkable, in your Merlin decks or your bounce strategies in general. Maybe even elsewhere, like Ruby Amethyst or whatever, because it's good at bouncing your stuff to your hand for very cheap. And last card that was revealed this last week was Merlin the Squirrel. This is a 2-drop inkable 2/1 for like quest for 1. Its ability says when you play this character when he leaves play, look at the top card. Look at the top card of your deck. Put it either on top or the bottom. I don't know that this card is better than Ursula's Cauldron. That's my first thought when I see this card. But it does give you looting. And that might be necessary in your Merlin deck. You might need combo pieces. So Merlin the Squirrel might help you get them. I think that's the extent of it seeing play. And that's it. I think you'll probably play 4 copies of it. But I think you won't play it anywhere else at all. Just Merlin decks. Alright, 10 cards. We have a very big power issue happening with just these 2 cards in particular. This card's pretty good too, but these 2 cards in particular, this promotes unfair discard into degeneracy, and this card is just broken. What this means for the future of the game, I have no idea. We still don't know even half the cards yet from the second set, and there'll be more and more coming. What's looking very apparent, though, is Merlin and Amethyst strategies in general are probably going to still be tier 1 in the upcoming set because the cards we're getting are just so great. And Prince John is something else as well. Okay, that'll do it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.